What is about? There's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. They say the next big thing is here, that the revolution's near. But to me it seems quite clear that it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
We're digging under the airwaves of mainstream radio in the case of misstep music.
You can expect to hear songs that don't get played from the artists you know and love.
Funk to punk,
rock to reggae,
hip-hop to doo-wop.
Look beneath the surface of the mainstream.
The music may surprise you and expand your musical cuisine.
Join us for a time warp into
history repeating.
Welcome back to History Repeating. As you can see, my co-host Emma is no longer hosting the show. She's in charge of graphics now, but still a part of it, and we still can't wait to share all these different artists and these incredible careers. We have so many interviews lined up. But this week, I got to actually speak to one of my favorite artists of all time. It's José, who's the lead singer of the Dutch girl group Love. They're no longer together. But José was part of it for over 40 years, on and off again. And if you don't know the Dutch girl group Love, then I guess this first song will give you kind of a taste of what Love was, and just they were massive across Europe. So for anyone in North America, this may be your first time hearing Love, so why don't we just jump right into it with the first song, which is You Owe Me, Waldo Lala.
I'd love to go out to dance tonight. I know a disco that's out of sight. I want you all to come along. Now you just follow the ladies. You just come on now, come on. You owe me, you owe me. The very first song about him, You owe me. The first dance tonight. I'm gonna take it, you won't regret it. I'm gonna see you'll be alright.
So that was the song You Owe Me, Waldo Lala, which was actually the theme song to a Dutch show of the same name. And that was their first big hit that they had in the Netherlands, but of course, not their big breakthrough. We'll get to that later. But José, she just got such a unique voice, and she got picked for the group because of her voice, which then they originally wanted her to be blonde-haired, because that was kind of the idea they had for the group, was these different girls. It's a really great story, and I think just José tells it much better than I ever could. So this is José talking about her voice and how she got into love.
Well, I think it's natural. I never had singing lessons. I had how do you call it, technique lessons, and we did a lot of talent shows. My sisters and I, with a friend who played the guitar. And one of those talent shows was an arranger called Piet Sauer. And Piet liked my voice, and he was creating the act of the Three Girls Band, and they were looking for another singer. So Piet asked me if I would do an audition, which I did, and then I was there with Hans Van Hemert, the producer, and they had a dark girl, they had a redhead, and they wanted a blonde one. But I'm talking 46 years ago. Today you can wear purple hair or blue hair, but at that time I didn't want to change my hair color. So unfortunately for the redhead, she had to leave, which I didn't know. And then there was Marga. They called Marga, and she's the blonde. So I could stay with my in-between hair color.
So that was really interesting to get to hear. I loved hearing her story about how she was able to join Love. And of course, it was really interesting, especially for me, just because she doesn't do, there's not a lot of English interviews with Love. I don't even know if there's any. So it was the first time I was getting to hear all this too, which was really interesting for me. But Love got their big breakthrough. It was a couple of singles in off the first album with You're the Greatest Lover, which was just a huge, huge song. So if you don't know that song, and I feel like most people, especially in Europe, they're going to know this song. But if you don't know this song, this is You're the Greatest Lover, and it was really what put Love on the map.
Sing me a chanson. Sing me a sweet love song. Sing me a chanson. That is the only thing I want. Kiss me, please. Kiss me, please. Kiss me like it's for the first time. Kiss me like it's for the first time. Kiss me, please. Kiss me, please. Honey, you're wonderful to me.
Hey, hello, so you're the greatest lover. Hey,
So that was You're the Greatest Lover, which was the song that really just put love just on the map all across Europe. It was sold over 1 million copies, and originally the three members of Love, they were not very big fans of the song, but they trusted their producers, and it ended up becoming just, I think, the biggest selling song of their career. It was just huge and still their most memorable one today. So this is José talking about that song and what she thought of it at first, but turned out to be the song that Love needed to really just turn them into what they became.
I'm being very honest now, and you can ask Marga as well. When we recorded The Greatest Lover, we all thought, oh my God, no, sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. And so we didn't like the choice of Hans Van Hemert, but, well, he's the one who really knew what was popular, what would become popular. So he was right. It was a huge hit. But it was not our favorite one when we had to do it as a first single. But yeah, you know, we're very happy that he went through with it, because that was our big breakthrough.
So during the late 70s into the early 80s, Love was just huge all across Europe, just hit after hit. And José talks about just after You're the Greatest Lover, just how in demand they became and hectic touring schedule. So this is her talking about what that was like in that time and just how chaotic it was going from country to country, show after show, concerts, TV shows, recording studio. So this is her just talking about just what that was like at that time.
We were more up in the air in a plane than we were, on land, because we had to go from one country to another one, and it was really funny because we slept on one room. We had a suite every time we were abroad. And then in the morning when Marga wake up, she would really say, "Oh my God, which country are we? Where are we now?" So it was hectic, and well, actually we couldn't really enjoy it then because it was way too much for us, and we were young, and it was incredible.
It was really fascinating to get to hear about what it was like in that time, and it's such a funny story about Marga not realizing where they were. I mean, I guess hard for a lot of people to imagine, but at that time it was just country after country performing all the time, and it was just hit after hit, as I said. And the follow-up single to You're the Greatest Lover was just massive, and it was the first song that I ever heard by Love, and it's Trojan Horse, which is just very unique and incredibly catchy. So this is Trojan Horse.
You came into the door like a Trojan
So that was Trojan Horse, which was a huge success, only second to You're the Greatest Lover. And it's just such a unique song with that whole, the bagpipes in it, and a great music video that goes along with it. And it was just really that classic love sound. You can tell that there's definitely Europop influences on it, but it sounds like love. It doesn't sound like somebody else. And this is José. She talks about having to kind of change the way she sang to fit the love sound, because she was telling me her musical influences didn't really match up with the sound that love had, but this is her talking about Trojan Horse and just having to kind of fit into that love sound, which made her so successful.
I know I had to adjust to the real commercial, because when I started before Love, I was in a folk group, in a country group, in a folk group, which was completely different for what I was doing with Love. So I had to adjust to the songs that they were much more different than what I did before. But Trojan Horse was a nice song, and we did it with a harmony. How do you call it? A band. We filmed it, and I like it. Let's say like this: I like Trojan Horse more than The Greatest Love.
So speaking of the love sound, José was not the only member who was just a massive part of that sound. She actually talks about how Marga, with the blonde hair, really played such a crucial role in that sound. She has this very interesting high voice, because José was the only singer in the group originally when they started off, but Marga has this very interesting voice that really adds to that love sound. It's it's very high and very unique sounding. And so this is José talking about her, still one of her best friends, Marga, and her voice and how much that really impacted the sound that Love had.
Well, I have to tell you, Marga's voice is very important in the Love songs, because she has this, how do you call it, child sound, her high voice. And I was the only singer when I became a member of Love. I was the only one with experience and with a voice, and they all knew that. But Marga's voice was very important in the Love song. So
I guess it's probably, for people that don't know, just to hear a song that you can hear Marga's voice very clearly in. She sings this song lead in the beginning, the opening part, that's just Marga's voice. But then you can hear when they all come together to sing in unison, you can hear her voice kind of, it's like shimmering at the top of the vocals. You can hear that sound that she has. So this is the song I Am You Are, and you can hear Marga's voice solo at the beginning, and then you can really hear it in the chorus, how much that really adds to the sound. I Am You Are, I think that's just, it really shows the variety of songs that Love had, because it doesn't sound like You're the Greatest Lover. It sounds like a love song, but it has a very different sound to it. And definitely at the chorus, you can hear José always said she had the harder vocal parts because she was the singer of the group. And so in the chorus, when it's Love That Counts and Don't Ask Me Why, that's a very hard vocal part to sing, and she just does a fantastic job on that. And Love always had these dance routines to their videos and to their songs, which not necessarily the most complicated of dance routines because they weren't dancers, but it made it so that they could do it, but also that people could easily do it and join in. And so this is José talking about the dance routines and how that really was an important factor in Love. It really added to the fan experience because people could do it along with them, and still today some of the dance moves are remembered. So this is José talking about all the different dance moves that they had.
We had a marvelous choreographer, and she knew exactly. We weren't dancers. Neither of us were dancers. So she had to do things that we could do, and the public could also do, like with the hands, with Shananana, the hands beside us, and the dances weren't really dances, but more like things we did that everyone could join us with. Because we weren't dancers, I can tell you that.
So those dance routines were really such a memorable part of the Love songs. Even though they were really simple, definitely, as you can see in all these videos, they really add to the song. They're very memorable. They're almost as memorable as the songs themselves, just some of those dance moves. And one video that has great dance moves to it, it actually is based off of a children's game, which I'm sure most people know, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, which was a great song that they did, and has, of course, the part of Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo in the dance routine, the pointing, and it's just a great song, and just classic dance moves to go along with it, kind of using the children's game, putting it into their dance routine. So this is the song Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and just great song by Love. So that was Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, and if you listen to it, it has a great vocal performance on it, but it also has this incredible production, and that's thanks to Love's writers and producers. It was two men, Pete Sawyer and Hans Van Hemert, which were they produced and wrote everything for Love, and really were a massive part of that sound of Love. You needed the vocals of Marga and José, but you also needed the production team to really make their sound. And José, unlike a lot of artists, she recognizes this, and she knows that they were just as important to the group as she was for it, and which is really unique for an artist. Most people like to think that they were the most important member, but this is her talking about those two producers and the writers, and they're still in touch today. So this is José talking about them.
No, we didn't have a say, but we didn't need to have a say because we liked it all. And Pete Sauer, he wrote some songs too, and I think he wrote to me. According to me, he wrote the more mature songs, like "Who Do You Want to Be," and I liked them better. But I understood that they were less commercial than the songs that Hans wrote. And Pete was a very important man in our group because he was always supporting, especially Marga and Betty when they did the choruses, and he was very helpful with the things we did in the studio.
So as you heard José saying, the two producers, they had very different styles. They worked together, but if you listen to Love's all their albums, you can really hear the difference. With Hans wrote like the big hits, like "You're the Greatest Lover," just really big ones were Hans songs. But some of the more, I guess, mature songs, those were Piet's songs. And so one of them is "Who Do You Want to Be," which José said was her favorite one from the first album, my favorite one from the first album. It wasn't a single originally, but it's a really great song. So this is "Who Do You Want to Be," which is one of the Piet songs.
Now you close your eyes and think of me. You are so far away, and yet it's like you're here. I feel your touch
So that was Who Do You Want to Be, which is just such a fantastic song. Definitely one of my favorites. And Love had so many hits, but they were only together originally for a very short period of time. And then after that, José went solo, and she had, again, just incredible success. And her first single, which was a #1 hit, was a cover of Peggy March's I Will Follow Him. And she actually got back together with Peggy March in the 2000s, and they recorded it together. It's a great version, but this is José's original version of I Will Follow Him, which is just, it takes that 60s song and it really brings it into the 80s, but she also adds her own sound to it. So this is I Will Follow Him.
I love it, I love it, I love it. Where he goes, I follow, I follow, I follow. You'll always be my true love, my true love, my true love. From now until forever, forever, forever. I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away. I must follow him. Ever since he touched my hand, I knew that near him I always must be, and nothing can keep him from me. He is my destiny. I love it, I love it, I love it. Where he goes, I follow, 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 follow. He'll always be my true love, my true love, true love, true love, true love. Now until forever, ever, 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 ever. I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away from my love. I love it, I love it, I love it. When he goes, I follow, 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 follow. You'll always be my true love, true love, true love, true love, true love, true love. Now until forever, ever, 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 I will follow him wherever he may go. There isn't an ocean too deep, a mountain so high it can keep me away from my love. I love it, when he goes, I follow, 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 follow. You'll always be my true love, true love, true love, true love, true love, true love. Now until forever, ever, 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 ever. I love it, I love it, I love it. When he goes, I follow, 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 follow. You'll always be my true love, true love, true love, true love, true love. Now until forever, ever, 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 ever. I love it, I love it.
So José, she had so much success afterwards. She didn't record for too much longer after Love, but in the early to mid 80s, she put out just fantastic work. And so this is her talking about that solo album, was just a cover. It was a cover of all these classic, I guess, American songs from the 60s. So this is her talking about that album.
I'm a singer, and my father, when I was about 12, he said, José he should become an artist because he's not interested in anything else. And he was right. And I was so lucky that I had success. And it was, for me, of course, it was wonderful that I had a #1 hit after Love. That was beautiful. And I did some duets with Dutch singers. And so I was very happy that after Love, I was still appreciated.
So also in the 80s, José came together with another Dutch singer, Bonnie St. Clair, and they did a fantastic album of ABBA covers, and not like Dancing Queen. They were doing lesser-known ABBA songs, such as I Let the Music Speak or Cassandra, and it's really a fantastic album. They do it all in Dutch. So this is José talking about doing that really fantastic album with Bonnie St. Clair.
We were in Sweden for a television special. The director asked Björn from ABBA if he would comment on this album, and then he said, well, I'm going to, but I have to hear it first, listen to it, and if I don't like it, I'm not giving any comments. I have a video of him saying how much he appreciated that album. So that was a great honor for us. It was Bonnie St. Clair and me. I'm very, very proud of this this comment on television.
That album is just such a fantastic way to do ABBA songs, because ABBA songs you can't sound like ABBA, and so if you try and sound like ABBA, it's just going to be worse than ABBA. So Bonnie St. Clair and José, they took the covers and they really made them their own, and of course Bjorn was very complimentary of their album. He really liked it, and the clip that José was talking about, we actually have that. So this is Bjorn talking about that album and him complimenting it, which is, if you know ABBA, they don't say it unless they really mean it.
The ABBA hits have never really been covered a lot. I don't know why. Some people say, and this is very flattering, of course, that all the recordings are the ultimate recordings, and when something sounds very good, other people are less likely to try, a cover. That is possible. But songs like Dancing Queen, I suppose, when there's no use. But lately it's happening more and more, and I'm very happy about this Dutch cover I've heard from Bonnie and José, which sounds very nice. And I just hope that more people will do the same.
So that was so incredible to get to hear Bjorn talking about their album and being complimentary about it, because really the ABBA members, they don't say that unless they really mean it. They're very protective of their work, and so for him to actually say that José, it's just really, really special to her to hear that. And I think if my favorite one and the biggest hit from that album is their cover of Cassandra, which is one of the last ABBA songs that ABBA recorded in their original 10-year run. So this is their version. It's in Dutch, but so if you don't speak Dutch, then you won't understand it. But it's music, so you can really hear just the emotion in their voices on this song. So this is Cassandra.
En er nog een gelegenheidsduo, Bonnie en José.
Buiten op straat staan de tanks met soldaten, dronken van macht en verdacht op verzet. Schietend en lachend uit pure schaamte, en jij ligt huilend alleen op je bed.
Jammer, Cassandra, maar niemand gelooft je. Toch sta je niet zo alleen in de smaak. Duizenden vrouwen die jou geloven, trouwen in het zwart, treuren in hun haar.
Sorry Cassandra, wat kunnen we doen om jouw verdriet te stelpen? Iedereen wil wel, maar niemand weet hoe wij jou daar kunnen helpen. Want wie van ons is bereid
geweer in zijn rug. En nooit meer iets van hem hebt vernomen. Geloof je toch nog, hij komt weer terug. Sorry, het antwoord ligt ver in de toekomst. Iedereen twijfelt, maar jij weet het wel. Bidden tot God, tot je zoon terugkomt.
Levend in een hel, zoekend naar zijn cel.
Sorry Cassandra, wat kunnen we doen om jouw verdriet te stelpen? Iedereen wil wel, maar niemand weet hoe wij jou daar kunnen helpen. Want wie van ons is bereid om in het felst van de strijd voor jou te vechten misschien? Sorry Cassandra, wat moeten we doen in onze machteloosheid? Wij willen helpen, maar zeg ons aan hoe jij je zoon terugkrijgt. Als hij die nacht weer door schoten gewekt wordt, rent ze de stad door en komt op het plein. Vrouwen met angst in hun donkere ogen,
In een rookgordijn is een zoon daarbij.
sorry Cassandra, wat kunnen we doen om jouw verdriet te stelpen? Iedereen wil wel, maar niemand weet hoe wij jou daar kunnen helpen. Want wie van ons is bereid om in het felst van de strijd voor jou te vechten misschien? Sorry Cassandra, wat moeten we doen in onze machteloosheid? Wij willen helpen, maar zeg ons dan hoe jij je zoon terugkrijgt. Sorry, Cassandra, sorry, Cassandra, sorry, Cassandra, sorry, Cassandra.
So that is probably, I think, their album that they did is the best ABBA covers that there are. ABBA songs are really hard to do, and they made it their own while still keeping true to the originals. They didn't completely change them. And José's first actual solo song that she did was on Love's last album in 1981. It's called Mother of the Hearts, and it's really a fantastic song. And again, that emotion that she has in her voice, you can really hear it in this one. So this is Mother of the Hearts.
U haar met een geweldig bemoedigend applaus, want het is even niet niks, zult begroeten. José, hoe heet het lied?
Het is een nummer van onze nieuwe LP, Mother of the Hearts.
Ga je gang.
Dear Mother of the Hearts, it is with an unusual question that I come to you. Is it possible? Can it be true that oh, dear mother, is it true that a grown-up like me or say like you still needs the love a parent can give to a little baby blue? Whisper the answer in my ear. Does a grown-up experience like me?
that was Mother of the Hearts, and you can really hear that passion that she has in her voice. And it's a very difficult song to sing. It's really, really a lot of power you need to sing that song, which of course José has. And she has a great story about recording that song, and it was on Love's last album, but it is a solo song that she did. So this is her talking about that incredible song and how she ended up recording it. Even she didn't even know that she was being recorded. So this is her talking about that.
I have one song. I don't know if you know that, but it's called Mother of the Hearts.
Yes, yeah.
And that's a solo song in a Love album. And Hans Van Hemert came one morning, he came to my house and he said, he had the cassette and he wrote a song which was about his youth. And he said, I want you to sing it. And I got half a day to learn the song. And I remember that I was in the studio. I was very nervous. It was a rather difficult song. And I came in the studio and he said, which was wise, he said, well, try it once and then we'll record it. And just to make me feel more relaxed. But what he didn't say is that he already recorded it. So when I finished the song, which I thought was a tryout, he came to the studio with tears in his eyes and he hugged me and he said, wonderful. I said, wait a minute, I have to sing it again. No, this was wonderful. And that's one of my most beautiful moments in my lifetime.
So Mother of the Hearts is just one of many songs that are just incredible on that last album that Love did during their original time together. It was in 1981 on the album Forever Yours, and that album's just got such an eclectic variety of all these different songs. And it was an important album. As José said, they had to kind of prove themselves, which they did. It was a massively popular album because the original member, Patty, had left the group in not the best terms, and so they wanted to prove with this new member that they could still do it, and they really did it. Just, I think, the best album that they ever did. And this is her talking about that last album and just how it really did come together.
If you don't do something for half a year, it could be over. So we had to do it all in 4 years, and then it was Patty who left the group unannounced, as I may say. But and that was really hard. But we got together back with another girl, and we had a success with her too. My number one, and we had made an album with her too. So our success continued, and that was great. That the help of the other girl really worked.
So as I said, on this album Forever Yours, just such an eclectic variety of songs, and just the songs, every single one of them is so good, and they're all very catchy, but they're not all upbeat. Is the thing. Some are very slow, and they have such unique production on it that really is just classic Love sound. And so I think one of the best songs on the album, and maybe not one of the best known Love songs, is Never Wanted to Be, which is just a fantastic song, and I love the opening to it with the bell, the church bell in it. So this is Never Wanted to Be.
What are you meant to say? Is he my best friend?
So Never Wanted to Be, it's very unique for a love song. It's very long compared to the most love songs. And it's just really such a unique song for anyone. It doesn't really sound like it could be anyone's song other than Love's. It's such a interesting production style and very interesting vocal harmonies on it. And Love was really, they were the first major Dutch girl group. They really kind of paved the way for so many people coming after them, and it was that whole sound that they had with their producers. So this is José talking about how many other Dutch artists, they tried to copy Love, but no one, and I don't think anyone ever will, surpass the success that Love had and the impact that they had.
I think all the girl groups after us tried to be us.
Yeah.
And some of them had success, and most of them didn't. So that's what I'm saying. It's not just us. It's the producer, the arranger. So no, I don't think. And like the Dolly Dots, they were successful, but not as successful as we were. And only in Holland, and we had it all around Europe and Mexico. So the combination of the artists behind the song and us, that was the reason why it was so successful. And not everyone has that luck.
So if you're not from Europe and you're from North America or an English-speaking country, you're probably thinking some of these lyrics are maybe a bit simple or childlike, and José admitted that is true, but it doesn't necessarily matter because the songs themselves don't necessarily need the most, I guess, adult lyrics. José talked about how it was like a childlike songs that were done in an adult way, but still keeping that childlike innocence in them. And they're songs that when you listen to, they're very catchy and they make you very happy. They're just happy songs, and the words don't matter. And I guess that's really what Love tried to, I guess, say in their song Rhythm and Shoes, which talks about not just their songs, but so many different great songs that maybe have been criticized for not having the best, lyrics, but they're just incredible songs. The vocal performance, the harmonies, the melodies, all those are just incredible. So this is Love's song Rhythm and Shoes, which kind of, I guess, is a fitting way to kind of describe a lot of the Love songs.
Okay.
So I think that song Rhythm and Shoes really sums up a lot of the love songs. They were criticized about maybe not having the best lyrics, but you can't question the success they've had. It's been just massive, and it's continued the legacy that they have. And so this is José talking about the career of love and just how even today people in Europe, they still know the songs, and their songs are still played. So this is her talking just about love and the legacy that they have.
We knew that you couldn't go on forever, and we stopped at a time that we were on our highest level after 4 years. And well, we've proven, no, not really proven, but it was clear that no one has forgotten us. We stopped 3 years ago because, we're all three of us, we don't have contact with Patty anymore, but Marga and I, the three of us are going on 70, so it was fun, and it was funny to see us with the petticoats and everything, and we never had to change. We never had to do another song. We went on for years with the same songs, and still now I know, because when a mother of a 20-year-old son comes to me and she says, "Oh, you're José from Love," and then the son says, "From who?" And then she goes, "Yeah, you know, sha-na-na-na-na." And then the boy of 20 knows the song because it's still played in discotheques and stuff. So we never had and that's why we stopped a few years ago, because we wanted to end it on a reasonably high level, and funny was okay, but ridiculous not.
So for people in North America, you may not know who Love is, but they really are incredibly influential and massively successful all across Europe. And I think a great way to show this is a 2006 performance they did at the Toppers in Concert. Just really shows how memorable and how impactful they've been in Europe. And you can really see all the different people. They know the words, they know the dance routines to the songs. So this is Love performing at Toppers in Concert, and it just shows you how big they are in Europe.
Steeds alle liedjes met ze mee. De tijd heeft geen invloed gehad op onze dames, maar wel menig dokter en botox-specialist. Samen zijn ze iets meer dan 100 jaar oud, maar ze zijn nog steeds van jong van hart en leden. Mag ik jullie een geweldig applaus? Hier is Love!
Summer of 75, he said, "You'll play a part in my life." In the autumn of 75, he said, would you be my wife? In the winter of 76, he said, thanks for a wonderful time. I'm not the type of a family man. You go your way, so I go mine. Ooh, aha. Such a casa enough to go out to dance tonight. I know a disco that's out of sight. I want you all to come along.